What's up, guys? It's the Farooqi Brothers back with another video. And today for you guys, we're going to be reviewing the first 3 episodes of WandaVision. So as you guys know, WandaVision is the first of the canon MCU TV shows. It's been much reported that a lot of the Netflix shows, a lot of things like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel's mostly ignoring that and going in favor of this is the start of Marvel on streaming, and obviously Disney Plus will be the home to multiple Marvel shows going forward. But they wanted to kick it off with WandaVision, and they were happy to give us a first look at the first 3 episodes, and we got a chance to watch it. And we're going to be quickly giving our thoughts on it, discussing kind of the direction of the MCU going forward, as this is the first Phase 4 project for Marvel. So we're going to talk about that, talk about the Vision, talk about Vision, literally the superhero, but also the vision of the show, and then see where we go from there and see what the future of the MCU will bring. So I'll probably go with myself first, and I'm just going to give my quick thoughts on the show as a whole, just from a critic sense. And so the first thing that came to my mind is that, okay, the whole entirety of 2020 has been no MCU content, right? So a lot of things got delayed, things like Black Widow, etc. WandaVision being the first project of Phase 4, I thought it was interesting, the main point being that it's different than anything we've seen before. I think that's the first impression I've gotten. And that's what Kevin Feige and other producers at Marvel have been saying, that Phase 4 will be very different, different in tone, different in style, different in direction than anything we've seen in the first 3 phases of Marvel. And it really does feel kind of like a refresh and a restart for Marvel in many ways, even though you're seeing familiar characters. So, of course, this show, you're seeing Wanda, you're seeing Vision. It takes place after Avengers Endgame. So the main thought I got, it's a very slow burn. So like the first 2 episodes go by and like very little of the plot moves forward. You're getting a lot of teases, a lot of mystery, a lot of misdirection, and even some kind of small horror elements tapped into it. But you're really not given much, as a show. And I think that's interesting because usually Marvel is very much instant gratification. You're getting a lot of action and a lot of spectacle right away when you look at things like Endgame or Infinity War or even Spider-Man, right? So this show is like the complete opposite. You're getting the 1950s sitcom, literally. The first 2 episodes are taped in front of a live audience. So very much so, the whole show is given a complete different tone, different feel. The actors are playing differently than they've ever had before. So I thought that's very interesting. Some negatives right away jumped off to me was that some of the slow burn might have been too slow. So like if you're a younger audience member, for example, and you're watching the first 2 episodes, even the first episode, it's kind of jarring that you're like just dropped right into a 1930s, 40s, 50s sitcom, and now you're just kind of there and just watching these two banter back and forth. And a lot of the jokes, a lot of the humor is really based of 50 years ago to really put you in that situation. But I think for younger fans, maybe they're going to be a little alienated from that. Maybe they're not going to feel it as much. But I know long-time fans, older fans will probably get a kick out of it. So it's a little bit of a back and forth there. Would I have liked to see them tease a little more of what the plot is? Yeah, but overall, I think the one thing that we're impressed about as a whole, and I can probably speak for all of us in that, is that we've always criticized Marvel for one thing. That's like, you guys are not getting out of your own box. Like, it's very much like the formula works and you do it again and again and again for 20 times, and then you get the MCU, which of course people are going to enjoy. There's some good, there's some bad. But for Phase 4, I think the one thing that's important is that at least they're trying something different, and different is good. Sometimes you wanted them to try something different, do something different. So that's my initial thoughts. But Zion, what about you? Like, what are your first impressions of WandaVision just coming out of the gate?
I mean, I agree with all the points you've made. Essentially, it is very different from what they've usually done, and you got to give Marvel credit for really taking this whole timepiece type setting which they're creating in the show and really running with it. You really felt like, all right, it is like a sitcom. They did everything they could to make it feel like it could have belonged back then. But I think what makes it more interesting, I know, like I said, it is a slow burn, and for the younger audience, I don't know how they'll react to it, because a lot of hijinks, a lot of old school comedy that you wouldn't see today, and kids today probably don't even know, aren't aware of, or not used to. So it'll be interesting to see how they react to it when the episodes drop on Friday. But as far as the show itself and the content, I think what makes it interesting, on top of the very comedic, very lighthearted sitcom feel, is those small moments where it breaks away from what it is. It kind of gets into the real crux of the story, those teases, and kind of it's almost like you got to step back and look at it like, all right, in this universe, Vision is dead, and now they're like both together in this 50s sitcom universe era, like what's going on. So there is like a creepy undertone to it, and in the episodes they do harken on that at some points, and those are obviously the best parts of those episodes in my opinion. And but just in terms of Marvel going out of the way and making something different and unique, I think it's good on them, and it's I think it's it's a good way for them to start off their next phase of their shows and films.
I mean, it's interesting because Marvel is kind of is jumping a little bit in tone more recently in Phase 3. Obviously, Infinity War was probably the darkest of Marvel's movies, and Endgame has like that middle tone, more of an action comedy, which we've seen, and then you see where the characters are left off, like where you leave off in Phase 4. And I don't really count Spider-Man in that because that feels almost like self-centered in a way, but self-contained rather. But for Endgame, you see where Wanda ends up. You know that Vision does not come back at the end. So this next question is for you, Umar. Like, again, when it comes to direction, when it comes to the future of the MCU, obviously we know streaming is a big part of it. We talked about it hundreds of times probably now, but when you look at these episodes, do you feel confident that the future of Marvel is in good hands, or do you think that they should be changing it up a little bit? Like, in relation to how you thought about these episodes, what do you think about the wider vision for these characters?
So it is a different take. I mean, the characters, Wanda and Vision, both are kind of interpreted differently. You could tell that they were in the MCU, they were a little bit more serious, but while, you know, with this take, they're a little bit more comedic. So there's a difference in their approach. And I think like you guys said, more power to them. They're going in different ways, different routes. I think we're still going to get with Captain America Winter Soldier 2. We're still going to get what the MCU looked like in its heyday, but I'd love to see more stuff like WandaVision where they are actually trying new things and going different routes with the characters.
Right. And then Samir, you know, you said a couple of times in our other podcast that one of the movies you're most looking forward to for the MCU is Doctor Strange, right? And Doctor Strange has Wanda as one of the main characters. She's coming back for the movie, and Sam Raimi, the director of the Spider-Man trilogy, is doing that movie. And they said that WandaVision is going to be directly tied to both Spider-Man 3 and to Doctor Strange. So even though we're saying now this feels kind of self-contained, we know that the way the shows might go in the future episodes, we might get some kind of crazy stuff where it brings other people involved. We've heard rumors that Quicksilver from Days of the Future Past, a completely different Quicksilver from a different universe, might show up as Quicksilver in this movie, in this show. So they're trying some different things. We're going to see just how crazy they go. But for you, the question is, how did you feel about these first two episodes, number one, and then number two? Do you think that how impactful do you think this show is going to be to the future of the MCU?
I think that although it was a slow burn, when you consider everything that's happened in the universe so far, the show has a lot of potential. And so far, all the underlying stuff, it seems interesting and intriguing. So I'm excited to see how it goes. I think it will be really impactful in the whole universe.
I mean, it's intriguing that at the minimum, WandaVision is going to be impactful to the future of the MCU. I mean, we can't get into all the details because this Sunday in Built Different, we're going to do more spoiler talk. Right now, it's kind of more of a general thought, a general review rather. But there are hints in even the first three episodes of the wider MCU, and we know there are going to be more MCU characters showing up. So it is an element of darkness to it. I mean, Umar made the point that these characters were actually pretty dark in the MCU. I mean, Vision got his head ripped out, and Wanda has been through like multiple crazy moments, dramatic moments from Age of Ultron and to Infinity War and then Endgame. So you're putting these two characters and you're putting them right into this super comedic show. So in first impression, you're gonna be like, okay, is this kind of like just a filler show or what the case might be? But the reality is there's a lot of stuff that's going to go down in this show throughout. Yeah, it's going to be a slow burn, but it's only a limited series. So what they're going to do in this time they have is I think going to be pretty impactful, and probably more impactful than if they did a Wanda movie alone. This show will be more impactful than that. So, and then when it comes to MCU Phase 4, I think the potential is very high. We said this about DC also, that the streaming gives the kind of benefits that a 2-hour movie would not give. And now they're giving characters like Wanda and Vision, and then characters like Winter Soldier and Falcon, or Loki or Miss Marvel. They're giving them these full series to really flesh out the characters, so that when they show back up in the big screen, it's going to feel very meaningful. So whether or not we're still figuring out what the secret of Vision is, why he's back, how he's back, Obviously, there's a lot of theories we can talk about. We'll talk about on the Build Different stream more in depth. But just overall, I think this is a positive step forward for the MCU, especially for critics or for detractors who are like, listen, all the MCU movies are the same. You know, like you're seeing the same stuff every single movie. Well, you can't say that about this thing, which is literally a sitcom filmed in front of a live audience with a completely different tone of the characters never had, right? So on that end, it's good to see them come out of the box and try something different. And I hope that with streaming, that Marvel continues to take chances and continues to do something different with these characters, because I think that's how the future of the franchise will succeed most. Because after Endgame, you kind of did a lot of the spectacle stuff. So now I think it's important to go back to character moments and fleshing out characters, whether new or old, and see what kind of new dimensions we could bring to them. But if you guys haven't seen WandaVision yet, remember Friday's dropping on Disney Plus. We want you to come back to these comments. Let us know what you think about it. Are you excited for WandaVision? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear you guys join the debate. And then we'll see you this Sunday for Built Different. Let's see how things go. From myself, from Zayan, from Umar, and from Samir, we're the Farooqi Brothers, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.